What's up? What's up, everyone? I know it's been a few months. I hope everyone is staying safe from the coronavirus here. And seems like seems like just a short while ago we were didn't look like there was an end to all this stuff. But I think I don't know where you are in this world, but here in the U.S. it seems like maybe there could be a potential end to this, or a moving on from it. So anyways, I hope everyone is staying safe here. Let's see, I'm getting a little static. I think so I can fix this. Okay. Anyways, I guess I've still been repairing stuff. um I guess business slowed down just a little bit last month. No surprise, I guess. A lot of the cell phone repair stores are probably shut down. Although I think we're definitely an essential business here in Virginia. So, but I think just in general, people are just staying home. So, but things are starting to pick back up here, and haven't I actually have had some interesting repairs, some that I have not been able to solve. So, could definitely use some help on it. But let's get to this one right here. This is an iPad Pro 11-inch, first generation. First one of these that I've seen with the bezel is like a little bit thinner all the way around. It looks like it's pretty nice. The insides are a little bit different. Let's see if you can see it or not. But the flex cables. Let's see. Okay, now you can see it. Maybe. Is it blurry? No. Anyways, I'll just do this. Whatever. I know my camera setup's not the best, but let's see if I can get this thing to focus. Whatever. Anyways, display connectors, digitizer connectors are below that, battery connector, and then you have this flex here, which I believe is for the Face ID up here. I can't really see it. There you go. Face ID flex up here. Although I don't know if this is actually tied. I don't know if this is actually tied to the logic board or not. So, but probably is. Probably is. All right. So, also another thing to note is that this thing uses a USB-C cable versus a lightning jack. So USB-C. Everything else is very similar, I guess. I haven't really actually looked at components yet, but this one was basically not charging. I mean, came in, they did a screen repair on it, and basically it just, I think it turned on. Yeah, I think it turned on till the battery died, and then it just didn't charge anymore. So when I got it, I didn't even open it yet, but I plugged it in, and I think it was like, I think it was getting like 0.1 amps or something like that, but it wouldn't turn on or anything. So let's see. Let's plug it in right now. Let's see what happens. It's really hard to plug in and out, by the way. Okay, so I'll kind of show you what it's doing. I mean, I have something under the battery right now. Okay, so this one actually turned on. Okay, but I'm going to show you what the ammeter is reading. So this one is actually so this is kind of what it was doing when I got it. Okay, it was just, that's the ammeter. You can see that one that's moving right now. This is the iPad that I have plugged into the USB-C. And it was basically just kind of going back and forth, just like this, and Apple logo back. I don't think, actually, when I got it, the battery was dead, so it wasn't charging at all. Okay, so the hardest part was probably opening this, trying to get this screen off without cracking anything, or these things are. I hate doing some of these because the screens, at least. Hold on a second. So one of the biggest problems with these damn screens is that the LCD is like, I don't know if you can see it or not, but like this is so close to the edge here that when you try to lift this thing up, sometimes you just separate the LCD from the actual backlight, and it produces like a heat spot on it. So you just have to be really careful with it, because these screens are probably like $200-300 right now still. So if you mess this screen up, whatever, I don't know what you're charging for these things to repair these things, but you mess the screen up, you're screwed. Pretty much. And these screens aren't cracked usually when they come in here. Okay, so let's get back to this repair here. I'm just being a little long-winded now because I haven't made a video in 3 months probably. But so this is what I found. Okay, let's go under a microscope and then you'll be able to see a little bit better. And this happens all the time with these iPad Pros, and usually, I mean, always happens after a screen repair because that's just when it happens. But anyways, if you look at this right here, look at the, well, let me see if I can focus this sucker real quick without breaking anything. Can't see very well here, but there's a screw here. Okay, this is the battery connector. This is the screw here. Okay, and a lot of times people put like the wrong screw in the longer screw in the hole here, and basically it allows for a little bit of play on the battery connector. So see how like the battery connector kind of lifts up a little bit. Well, there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 6 or 7 pins on this connector here. Okay, I think there's one that's ground, and then there's probably 3 or 4 that acts as a switch line or an I2C line that basically tells the CPU the battery health. Okay, well, and then there's a main battery power line basically under here. Okay, so all of those pins are important because they relay data to the CPU, tell it whether they're charged or not. How much voltage the battery has and whether it needs to be charged or not. So if any one of those pins are not making contact with the battery, then you're either actually not going to get charging, or you're going to have some erratic problems, or no charging, or something like that. And it happens all the time, and people just kind of mix up the screws or something. I'm not exactly sure what happens, but this one came in, and literally the screw is just like this. And usually that doesn't really cause a problem because these iPad Pros are generally pretty tight with the battery, meaning like you really have to use force to lift them up to isolate them to put something under them to do a screen repair or something like that. So, but for some reason this one came in and it was not charging at all, and the stupid screw was just lifted up a little bit. And this is actually the screw that's supposed to go into the screw hole, so it's not. This is the right screw, it just wasn't screwed in all the way. So this was an easy fix here, and but sometimes it's not that easy, and sometimes people try to isolate the battery connector and they stick something under it and it breaks the pins below. So that's another common problem. But those are probably the two most common problems that I've seen in the iPad Pros, and usually it's an easy fix. I haven't seen a lot of charge port issues with these things. Unlike the iPad Air 2, 5, 6, and even the 7. The 7, yeah. So all those are similar models, and I've seen a lot of charge port problems there. And the charge port problems there I've detailed in other videos, but basically there's screws that hold the charge port in place, and then I don't know if you can see it. I'll show you. Yeah, there's screw in the iPad Airs. There's a screw that holds these things in place, and sometimes the screw backs out, and then it cracks. It actually cracks the charge port flex. But that's for another video. This one's for the iPad Pro. So the fix for this one is simple. Look, boom. You just make sure it's tight, and don't use a longer screw. I mean, worst case is just use a shorter screw. Just make sure that this thing is tight with the battery. Okay, if the thing's tight with the battery, then you're not going to have these weird charging problems. Okay, so that's it really. I mean, this iPad is fixed, and that's it. So iPad Pro 11-inch first generation, boot loop, no power repair. I guess that's what this video will be called. Anyways, I'll talk a little bit more about what's been going on. Maybe in a different video. I don't want to. I know. I'm sure everybody's been glued to their TVs and stuff like that, just watching every step of all this craziness that's going around the world right now. And now, we have the Black Lives Matter movement, which has also been very eye-opening. And it's been really great to see. So, anyways, I'm not gonna get into all that stuff. Hope everyone's staying safe. I'm gonna try to make some more videos in the next few days, weeks here, but I always say that. uh, that's it. I'll stop here. Thanks for watching.
So I just wanted to say thank you for watching this channel, and I wanted to promote our online microsoldering course. We have it hosted at udemy.com, and it's at this point it's 4 hours of video instruction. The reviews are pretty good, and we talk about everything from the basics of an iPhone logic board, and then we have a section on ZXW tools. Um, we have a little section about how to set up your hot air rework station, your micro soldering station, and how to use diode mode. The third part is the three most common repairs, which is no touch, no backlight, no charge. And the fourth part is all about data recovery. So if you go through our website, it's $100. And some people say that learning online is not the best way of doing things, or you can't learn microsoldering online. I beg to differ. I don't know about you guys, but I started watching YouTube videos when I first started about 3 years ago, and that's how I learned it. And not only that, but you go to a live course. Some people like live courses, but not everybody has $3,000 to spend on a live course, right? So, and then yes, you're right. You can go to YouTube and watch all these videos, but you're not gonna. When people make these videos, they don't go from A to Z. They usually start from somewhere in the middle because they assume that you watched something earlier on, or one of their earlier videos. So this course is all encompassing. It has everything from A to Z to help you get started in microsoldering, and we are adding stuff on a weekly, maybe monthly basis. And we're just gonna keep adding to this thing. And so if you want to get started, I mean, you could also take a class, but to get your feet wet, I think this is the best thing to do right here. And I vouch for it. Thanks for watching the video. I was also going to say, in order to buy it with a discount, $50 discount, just go to microsoldering.com, click on store, and then it's going to be the first item on here. Just click on buy at Udemy, and they'll give you the $50 off. Thanks.